draft is in the books, folks, but you're rocking and rolling right here on a Monday. Getting that week started off for you correctly. Hottest show on the streets. Number one form for your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith, the Touchdown Alabama magazine. The month of May is here, and you, as always, we're bringing you the show from the magic city of Birmingham. We stream this to you on YouTube. And speaking of the channel, go ahead right now, smash that subscribe button right now. Tap subscribe right now. Share the show. Get every friend, family member, diehard Bama fan, casual Bama fan, consumer of Tide football to subscribe as well. Because if you love the content, they will also. Don't forget to leave a like on the show. Tap the like button. Give us a thumbs up right there. Hit that like button right there. We appreciate that. Daily Super Chat go $100. Daily Super Chat go $100 right there. We appreciate all of you trying to get this show 50 likes out the gate right now. As always, folks, we want to hear from you this evening. We want to hear from you. And you can do this by calling 205-448-1358. Number to call in. Let your voice be made known. 205-448-1358. One more time, 205-448-1358. Got a lot to discuss this evening. We are recapping the draft. We're looking at another five-star player for the Crimson Tide, set to make his arrival soon. And we're also looking at kind of this Alabama quarterback room, as you got five guys going into fall camp for Bama football. So, Eli, let's get into this right now. And we start this with the quarterback room for your Crimson Tide. Nick Saban, Tommy Rees, got five guys. Five guys entering this quarterback conversation here. Now, nobody entered the transfer portal when Tyler Buckner, young man from Notre Dame, decided to put his name in the transfer portal and then commit to the Crimson Tide. So nobody else in that quarterback room has entered the transfer portal. All five guys are on the roster here for Nick Saban and Tommy Rees. Rees, who serves as the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. The five guys, you see them on screen. You can look at Jalen Milroe, Ty Simpson, Tyler Buckner, Eli Holstein, and Dylan Larnigan. So this is going to be very intriguing. This summer workout, this fall camp. You got five guys in this room. I've never seen, in my time of covering Alabama football, Eli, five scholarship quarterbacks for Alabama football in one room. I've never seen this before. I've seen three. I've seen four. I've never seen five. So this year, coming into this summer, you've got five. And I know a lot of the fan base out there are kind of worried, concerned about the quarterback room. You know, who's going to be the guy, who's going to really truly step up and have the ownership here of this team. Why did Coach Saban go out there in the portal and get Tyler Buckner from Notre Dame? Like, what does all of this mean? Does Alabama have that quarterback that can take it to a national championship and win it? When I look at this roster that Coach Saban has, he's got a quarterback that can win a national championship, especially with the talent around that position. You could take Jalen Milroe and the talent around him and get a national championship. You could take Ty Simpson and the talent around him, get a national championship. You could even take, going back to the spring game, Dylan Larnigan and the talent around him, win a championship. Same thing with Eli Holstein. Tyler Buckner, I understand he's got more experience playing in these big college games. 13 games of experience coming over from the Fighting Irish. Got talent, it's got ability. Saban mentioned wanting to create more competition in the room after nobody separated in the spring to win the job. But I feel like with the talent around that position on the offensive line, at running back, tight end, wide receiver, and then the defense that Kevin Steele has back in form here, anybody that wins this quarterback job has the chance to get this program to the national championship. It's going to be very interesting because a lot of people felt like the moment that Tyler Buckner came in, somebody was going to be going to the transfer portal. But as of right now, nobody has left. All 5 guys are in this room. All 5 guys are here. So this is going to be very intriguing. Summer workouts, fall camp. How is this thing going to shake out here at quarterback? And the guy that wins the job, his ability to sort of still make the big plays. You don't have to necessarily put the team all on your back, but make the big plays, protect the football, be huge, critical in your decision making, and then most importantly, lead this team program back to the college football playoff to win a championship. Eli, this is going to be interesting. You got 5 scholarship quarterbacks on a roster. Nobody's left. He's transferred. So it's going to be intriguing to see what happens here. Summer workouts and fall camp. But we take our first break here on the show. Don't touch that dial. We're just getting started. Upon our return, we go to the phone lines. We grab your calls, your thoughts, your conversations, a dialogue with you, the Bama fans. It's coming after this.
Nine players have teamed up and released the Alabama Team Paper, which is a video yearbook they've put out for sale direct to fans. Now, for the first time, small dollar purchases from the fans can support the players as a group as well as a great cause, because $1 of every subscription payment is donated to the Boys and Girls Club of America. Be a 5-star fan base and support your team and a great cause with Team Paper. Check it out at teampaper.com/Alabama.
Remember the taste of Grandma's delicious sweets? Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes brings back those precious memories with just one bite. Each cake made from scratch. They make the perfect dessert to share with family and friends for any occasion, and ordering is easy. Visit emily'sheirloompoundcakes.com. Click the online store and shop. Then pick up your fresh cake at the kitchen in downtown Homewood. Order yours online at emily'sheirloompoundcakes.com. Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes, making memories from scratch.
All right, folks, we're back to the action from the break. Rocking and rolling here with you on a Monday. Hottest show on the streets, talking Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Continue tapping that like button, hitting that subscribe button, making this short show to talk Tide football. All donations welcome and appreciated. That daily super chat go $100, daily super chat go $100 right there. But we're going to go to the phone lines to grab your calls when you get ready to get those calls in here. 205-448-1358, number to call in to let your voice be made known on the show. 205-448-1358, and one more time, 205-448-1358. As you're getting your thoughts in here. Eli, last week we really enjoyed the NFL draft. Crimson Tide had 10 players taken in the draft. The first rounders, we know them. Bryce Young, number 1 overall, Carolina Panthers. Number 3 overall, Will Anderson, Houston Texans. Number 12 overall, Jahmyr Gibbs, Detroit Lions. Second round gave us Brian Branch, number 45 overall, Detroit Lions. Third round gave us Tyler Steen, number 65 overall, Philadelphia Eagles. Byron Young, number 70 overall, Las Vegas Raiders. Jordan Battle, number 95 overall, Cincinnati Bengals. Cameron Latu, number 101 overall, the San Francisco 49ers. The 5th or 6th round, Eli gave us Henry To'o to the Houston Texans. I think the last player taken was DeMarco Hellams in the 7th round to those Atlanta Falcons. So we got 10 guys. How about 10 guys? 10 guys taken in all in the NFL draft. Awesome seeing that. Wish all of those young men nothing but the best. But Bama also had some guys to sign some undrafted free agent contracts. And those guys right here on screen. You look at DJ Dale, signed an undrafted free agent deal with the Buffalo Bills. You got Jalen Moody, signed an undrafted free agent deal with the Cincinnati Bengals. You had Emil Ekiyor Jr., who goes back home to Indianapolis where he signed an undrafted free agent deal with the Colts. You had Kendall Randolph, who signed an undrafted free agent deal with the Seattle Seahawks. And then you had Eli Ricks, somebody of whom I thought should have came back for another season. He signed an undrafted free agent deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. So you got 10 guys that got drafted. You have 5 guys that signed undrafted free agent deals. So in all, Coach Saban, 15 dudes in the NFL. Put 15 guys from this recent draft class in the NFL. I know what a lot of you are thinking. If Alabama did not have Bill O'Brien and Pete Golden, a lot of these guys would have went higher in the draft. I understand that. I understand your feeling. I understand your sentiment. Believe you me, I do. But it is what it is. It happened. Cannot cry over it now. Can't do it. But kudos to those guys getting drafted. Those guys signing undrafted free agent deals there. We take another break here on the show. On Touch That Dive, when we get back, we dive into another 5-star running back has announced his arrival date on the University of Alabama campus. Who could I be referring to? We'll get into it after this.
Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month, or pay $74.95 for a full year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
This is Matt Caddell, former Alabama wide receiver, and you're listening to In My Own Words with Stephen M. Smith with Touchdown Alabama Magazine. And I got 2 words to say, baby. Roll Tide.
All right, people, how we feeling? We're back in here with you to the action from the break. Hottest show on the streets. We're bringing you nothing but Crimson Tide football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Bill from New York is back, and he dropped in that $5 donation to the Super Chats. Appreciate my man, Big Bill, helping us out right there, showing us that love. Daily Super Chat to go $100. Daily Super Chat going $100 right there. We appreciate you guys. Continue tapping that like button and that subscribe button, giving us all the love, the appreciation right here on the show. But Eli, here we go here. Alabama's running back room is already deep enough, but another 5-star player has announced his arrival date onto the campus of the University of Alabama. I'm referring to Richard Young, young man from South Florida. He and Justice Haynes both came in this 2023 class as 5 stars. Young announced on Twitter May 28th with the little elephant there. So that will be his arrival date on campus, May 28th, in terms of getting moved in, getting everything in order, preparing himself for summer workouts, 7-on-7, 11-on-11 type things, fall camp, the whole 9. And Richard Young, one of the more explosive backs that came in this recent class. In the recruiting process, he got more conversation than Justice Haynes. But because Haynes chose to enroll early, we saw Haynes more in spring practice. And so now we know that the native Georgian is the real deal. But with Richard Young arriving May 28th, this running back room for them could be crazy. I mean, you're adding another dynamic weapon here into the backfield. Another dynamic weapon. When you look at this running back room, Eli, you've got Jace McClellan, Roydell Williams, Jam Miller, Justice Haynes, and Richard Young. I don't know how Robert Gillespie, running backs coach, is going to divide these carries. You got 5 major players in this room. I mean, there's a reason why Coach Saban said all spring or during the spring, he is not concerned with the running back position. All that you hope for, nobody gets hurt. And for number two, the guys that may not be the main contributors, you remain as patient as you possibly can. Those are the two things. Those are the two things that you hope for. Because Jace McClellan, you know what he brings. When he's not battling an injury here and there, the guy's good. Roydell Williams, strong, tough, fast, can catch the ball in the backfield. Jam Miller can do a little bit of everything too. Justice Haynes does not act or play like a freshman. And now you're about to add Richard Young into the mix as of May 28th. This is going to be a very much so intriguing running back room. How will the carries be divided? How will the responsibility be divvied out? Something to keep our eyes on here. Because all five of these guys can start anywhere else in the country. And all five of them are on one roster here for the Crimson Tide. So that's something to definitely keep our eyes on, especially Eli if Young comes in here and turns heads. If Richard Young comes in here and completely just rips things up and turns his running back room upside down, then you're really wondering, oh my word, who's going to stay? If Richard Young comes in here and flips everything sideways, because we've seen this happen before. We've seen freshmen that come in the summer and they flip everything sideways. Jalen Waddle did it. Minka Fitzpatrick did it. Like we've seen freshmen to come into this program and they flip things sideways. So you have to look at, does Richard Young come in here May 28th, and by the time fall camp rolls around, he's the name that people are talking just a whole lot about? We're going to see. But folks, we'll take another break here on the show. On Touch That Dial. When we get back, we return to the phone lines. Light us up. We're grabbing your calls, your thoughts, your conversations. That's coming right after this.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care. In support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99 and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month, or pay $74.95 for a full year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
All right, people, we're rocking and rolling with you to the action here on the hottest show in these streets. We're talking Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. We appreciate you guys hitting the like button, hitting that subscribe button, give us that thumbs up here on the show. Daily Super Chat go $100. Daily Super Chat go $100 right there. We appreciate you guys. We're going to go here to the phone lines to grab your calls. The call segment brought to you by the Blue Wrench Gang, 205-448-1358. Number to call in, 205-448-1358. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Hey, my name is James. I'm calling from Decatur, Alabama. And I think Melo going to start this year. And God bless you. Jesus Christ be with y'all at all times.
Appreciate James right there. Called in from Decatur. Having his thoughts there on Jalen Milroe being the starting quarterback here for the Crimson Tide. Got 5 quarterbacks here in this room. Going to be absolutely fun watching this unfold here. Summer workouts, fall camp, what have you. But we grabbed this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Steven. This is Mike from Kentucky. What's up, brother?
Doing good, man. Got a chance to enjoy the NFL draft. Got to see a lot of guys get taken, picked up, and want the best for all of them.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said I got a chance, man, to watch the NFL draft over the weekend. Saw some great guys get taken, get picked up, and I just wish the best for all of them.
Yeah, I do too, man, but I'm a college football fan, brother. I don't give a flip about NFL.
I
And
understand that also.
Once they leave the nest, they're on their own, brother. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is with me. I've been trying to wrap my head around this quarterback situation. And to tell you the truth, I think the spring game was just the most watered-down smokescreen, we've ever witnessed, and it's kind of caused a little bit of a panic. I agree with your last caller. I think Milroe is more than enough. Bama won national championships and made a good living for years with what people called a game manager quarterback. So this falls on the coaching staff. They've got to, call plays for what they got taking snaps. And, hey, I don't care if they throw 8-yard passes all day. Steve Spurrier made a living with that fun and gun offense for a while. So if they can't throw the ball more than 12 yards downfield accurate, then pound them with the running game till the safeties come up, then throw it over the top. I think we're all a little bit worried for nothing myself, brother. I think it's going to be a good year for us. I think the O-line's shaping up, the D-line's shaping up. The DBs look excellent, even the youth.
They look fantastic. The DBs and the linebackers look fantastic.
Yeah, I agree, brother. I think we're going to be okay. We're outgunned at quarterback in a couple games this year. So, if the defense is really back, I think we'll be okay. The Texas game's going to be hard, man. They got a gunslinger at quarterback, and Tennessee's got some kids that can sling the rock. So the defense is going to have to, if they can create 3 and outs, I think we'll be all right, brother. Roll dadgum tide.
Appreciate Mike from Kentucky calling in, and Alabama's defense looks a whole lot better as of right now than what it did in 5 years under Pete Golding. Kevin Steele has come in here and has done a fine job with this group. I mean, guys are flying around the field, making plays, hitting people, creating turnovers. You have to have everybody in the right spots, absolutely. But from what we could take from the spring game, this defense a whole lot better than what we've seen these last few years or so. We're going to take this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
How you doing, Steven? This is Juwan from Arkansas.
Hey, Juwan, what's happening?
What's happening, man? You brought up something interesting, man, whenever you was talking about Richard Young. And I forgot that he was even coming into Alabama. You're right, man. That throws another wrench into the game. I was looking at some stuff about Richard Young. You're talking about a guy with track speed, 10-800 guy, a nice 200-meter speed, good size. He's coming in at 5'11", 200. If he comes in and wows people, I was just thinking about this, man. That might bump a guy or two out of that room. When you have 2 dynamic guys with him and Justice Haynes, I'm more looking towards the future. Those guys could come in and really flash and really be something, a nice 1-2 punch for the next couple of years for the Tide, which I don't think we've seen in a minute from Alabama. That'd be nice. Those are guys that are capable of catching the football and running the football tough between the tackles as well. So I'm definitely going to be looking at that to see what Richard Young does when he gets here in the fall. And I think in today's football, Alabama always has a good defense every single year. They always have a talented defense. Nobody can tell me that Will Anderson and Dallas Turner and all those guys they had last year with Chris Braswell and Henry To'oTo'o, they were a good defense. The thing is, there didn't used to be this many good spread offenses around the league. Now when you play LSU, you got a spread offense. You're going to give up points these days because everybody's chunking the ball around. Everything's more spread out. It's not a between-the-tackle game anymore. So you're going to give up points. So that's why I think everybody's really freaking out about the offense. You have to be able to score the football with the best of them in the SEC and in football, period. All right. Thank you, Steven.
Appreciate Juwan calling in there from Arkansas. When you look at this Alabama offense right here, like I said, whether you look at Jalen Milroe or you look at Ty Simpson, any one of these quarterbacks on this roster with the talent around that position, has an opportunity to take this team to a national championship and more than likely win that championship, especially this defense right here with a Kevin Steele, with guys in the right spots, with guys flying around making plays. But this is what's going to make fall camp so interesting. This is what's going to make fall camp so intriguing. Coming up soon is we're going to get to see the real cream at every position rise to the top. And do we see the best players on the field at every single position? This year, we're going to get a chance to look at that because Saban knows he's not trying to have a third year roll by in a series without a national championship. But more importantly, Saban's not trying to have a third year come in here and Kirby Smart gets a three-peat over there at Georgia. So we're going to take this call here. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
This is Rambo calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Rambo, what's happening?
How you doing today, Steven, man? Blessed to live, see another day, man. But I just have a couple things to say, man. I just feel like Nick Saban is setting us up for the future. Everybody worried about the quarterbacks. You got to think about how they building the big power offensive line up. They beefing up the defensive line. Not only that, we got all these running backs. And it's not that we don't have a Tua or a Jalen or a Bryce no more. We got to run the ball. So we got 2 5-star running backs plus the experience with McClellan and already there. I feel like we're going to be ground and pound. We just need the quarterback to be able to hit some accurate passes. He don't even need to be no superstar. All he need to do is make sure he just put the ball where it needs to be. And that's where Nick Saban started this from. Everybody act like Alabama always had a 5-star quarterback. No, we just got a taste of those quarterbacks a couple of years ago, and they gone now. Now what do? It's time to go back to our roots. When you get a superstar caliber player like Bryce Young, you build around him, you make the team around him. But then once that type of player, generational talent gone, you got to go back to what you used to do because Bryce Young saved us. And you don't have that type of quarterback back there no more. So you can't just build around no Ty Simpson or no Jalen Milroe. So I just really feel like they're going to be using multiple backs, ground and pound. And then next year when Julian Sayin come in, I feel like it's going to be more passing than it will be this year. I feel like we just need to patch this thing up. I don't care who start this year. We got enough depth. We got enough talent. And they coming in as dogs already. So I just feel like with that, some people need to take a step back and look at it like that. We are going to be ground and pound. We can rotate the running backs. You don't need him to be Bryce Young. You can clearly see what are they doing? Recruiting big offensive linemen, and they're going after running backs again. They're going after elite DBs, athletic. I'm so tired of the linebacker safeties. I remember when we beat Georgia, who we had, Geno Matias-Smith. He was good, like an athletic DB. But I don't know what's going on with them trying to get all these big, slow safeties, man. The game has changed. I just wanted your perspective on the running backs. Do you believe it's going to be more ground and pound? And with the quarterbacks, everybody thinking the quarterback needs to be passing for 300-plus yards and 3 touchdowns a game. We don't need that no more. So I just want your take on the running backs and the offensive line. And do you feel how I feel about the ground and pound game, rotating the running backs? And we don't need whoever starts, we don't need them to be no superstar.
Appreciate Rambo calling in from Atlanta. The ground and pound, Saban has talked about wanting more balance, so I do see that. I do see more of a run game to break in whoever the quarterback ends up being. So I see more of a run game to definitely start. Bama is getting more physical offensive linemen. If you go back and watch the A-Day game, this Caden Proctor, 5-star, 6'7", 354 pounds. In my opinion, that young man may end up starting at that left tackle position if Saban doesn't choose to flip J.C. Latham over to left tackle and have Proctor play at right tackle. I mean, to me, Alabama started this thing off with Craig McElroy winning national championships, A.J. McCarron winning national championships, Jacob Coker winning national championships. And those 3 guys, they weren't just wowing with the arm talent, but all 3 of those guys, they won the team. They won the respect of everybody on that coaching staff and in that locker room. And when it came time to putting the ball directly where it needed to be and let the guys around you do their thing, that's what they did. And at the end of the day, those 3 guys carried home national championships. Absolutely. When you get a Jalen Hurts, a Tua Tagovailoa, a Bryce Young, even a Mac Jones to some extent, and you get these video game incredible numbers, of course, you want to see more of that. Your eyeballs appear to more of that. But when you don't have that type of quarterback, it is good to fall back on, okay, what we started off first, it helped us win. So in this sense, Alabama's going to need to recapture some of the old school, some of the old style of running the football, playing behind your offensive line, your running backs, and that defense to ease that quarterback in there. But appreciate Rambo calling in from Atlanta, giving his thoughts here on the show. We take this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Hi, it's Stephen Bill from New York. Good to be back, brother.
Good to have you back, Bill.
Listen, I missed out on some of this stuff, but I just want to talk about what you specifically are saying tonight. You just hit on something I totally agree with in terms of McCarron and Coker. These guys didn't have the great arm strength, and I'm saying I agree that you don't need the great arm strength, but you do need accuracy. And it's a passing game now. In the NFL, college, it's a passing game. You see these quarterbacks going early, like Anthony Richardson. I don't even think he's that good. But in other words, if a quarterback is good, they're going early because it is a passing game. If you look at stats, what's good for a running back? 5 yards per carry is like very, very good. And you got to look at yards per attempt for quarterbacks. And you're not going to have those high numbers that we need if you're inaccurate, and I don't care how far you're throwing the ball. I care how accurate you are and whether or not you're throwing interceptions. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I can't say that I know for sure who's going to be the starting quarterback, but I'm going to tell you Milroe scares me. He scares me because I've never seen him accurate. I've just never seen him put together a lot of accurate play, and I want to know what you think about that.
That, to me, Bill, going back to the spring game, he did have a few good balls in there, and I know the receivers dropped several passes also, but for him, it's putting the whole thing together. You can see with Milroe, it's bits and pieces. You can see the potential, you can see the tools there, but you're just like, if he can just tweak it all together and have a product where you can see him consistently putting the ball where it has to be in, then he's good. He's fine. That's just, and I agree with you. Accuracy is a big deal. Accuracy is a huge deal. People can look over if you don't have the arm strength. People can look over if you don't have the just incredible creativity. If you are accurate enough and consistent enough with that, teams will take you regardless. So that's the big, yeah.
Reese, I look at Milroe, and I think he's got as much talent as almost everybody, even in the pros. Look, the guy can throw the ball a million miles. He's one of the fastest guys on the team. He's strong as an ox. And by the way, from all accounts, he's a great kid. I'm rooting for him. I'd love to see him do it. But like I say, he scares me. They really got to get it together with him in terms of accuracy. They got to slow the game down for the guy. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say tonight, Stephen. Other than once again, it's great to be back.
Absolutely. Bill from New York coming back here on the show, giving us that great call right there. Appreciate Bill tuning in and helping us out here on a Monday. This summer, Eli, and this fall, so much to look at. I know everybody's got their eyes on quarterback, and yes, when you talk about filling in the shoes left behind by Bryce Young, that is a big deal. It's a huge deal. It's a major deal. You're filling in the shoes left behind by a Heisman Trophy winner, left behind by the #1 overall pick in the NFL draft. But just as important as quarterback, we're going to have several other important positional battles for a team that's trying to return to the college football playoff and win a national championship. But full call topic right here. This one goes to Reuben Foster, former Alabama linebacker, Butkus Award winner in 2016. He's back playing pro ball in the USFL for the Pittsburgh Maulers, and man, he's doing fantastic. The last 2 weeks for Foster, flying around the field, forcing fumbles, getting sacks, create interceptions, was the defensive player of the week from this recent game. Reuben Foster's back. And it is great to see this. Great to see this. Hopefully he continues to tear it up in the USFL and that the NFL gives him a call again. I feel like Reuben should get another shot at the league. I think he deserves another opportunity at the league, so it'll be interesting here. A chat question here involving one Jeremy Pruitt. Nothing has come out yet from the NCAA hearing that was from April 19th to the 21st. Nothing has come out yet. Once something comes out from that hearing, then we will definitely have more. My expectation from what I've been told leading up to this very moment is Pruitt in Tuscaloosa as an analyst. We have gotten the hearing from the NCAA where the Tennessee Volunteers concerned during Pruitt's time coaching the Volunteers. So once we hear news from that, anything from that, we will definitely get that out to you involving the man Jeremy Pruitt. But we take our final break here on the show and touch that down. Upon our return, gonna get into even though Alabama didn't win a national championship, it got 10 players drafted. What does that mean for Coach Saban in this program? We'll talk about it after this.
Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month, or pay $74.95 for a full year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide. Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
All right, people, we appreciate you guys on today. All the calls, the donations, the super chats, the chatting, the YouTube chat line, the hitting the like button, the subscribing, everything that you've been doing to make this your show, your spot here to talk Crimson Tide football. Appreciate all that you do right here for the channel. And we look at final discussion here on today's show. You know, Alabama did not make the college football playoff in 2022. Did not win an SEC championship. Did not win a national championship. Finished with 11 wins, won the All-State Sugar Bowl against Kansas State. Yet and still, Bama had 10 players drafted and 15 players overall find an NFL home. I mean, so what does this mean for Alabama football and Coach Saban? To me, well, number one, to me, you know, would have had it would have had better coordination from your offensive and defensive coordinator. You know, a lot of these guys would have had championship this team would have had a championship last year. And a lot of these guys probably would have went higher in the NFL draft than what they did. But be that as it may, what does it mean? Bama's still developing guys. Coach Saban, this program still develops guys, still puts guys in the league, recruits. People still look at Bama as that program in terms of, if I'm trying to go to the league, I got to find myself in Tuscaloosa. Yes, Georgia had 10 players drafted too, yes. But a lot of these guys are seeing more and more now, hey, if I'm trying to go over the league, I got to find my way at Alabama because I'm going to be coached hard, well, I'm going to be developed. I'm going to find my way into the NFL. I mean, even down to the undrafted free agents like Eli Ricks didn't do much at all this past season, aside from the 4 pass breakups against Mississippi State. And the Eagles get him as an undrafted free agent. I mean, you look at Kendall Randolph played both offensive line and tight end. Undrafted free agent, the Seattle Seahawks signed him. DJ Dale had, knee injuries, issues, wasn't quite the same after his freshman year. Still, the Buffalo Bills said, we'll take you. Come from the Crimson Tide, Coach Saban, we'll take you. Buffalo Bills take DJ Dale. So, I mean, it's still shows you that the recruits out there, the parents out there for these young athletes, they appreciate what Coach Saban and this program is doing in Tuscaloosa, getting these guys prepared for the next level of football, the next level here of their playing careers, playing in the pros. I mean, Coach Saban created just a well of history, Eli, when you look at this draft. I mean, you had the number 1 overall pick in Bryce Young. The first, this is your first, number 1 overall pick for Alabama football in the common draft era since Joe Namath in 1965. Alabama had an offensive player and a defensive player taken from the first 3 picks, with Bryce Young, number 1, Will Anderson, number 3. Jahmyr Gibbs was the highest Alabama running back to go off the board since Trent Richardson in 2012. He was the number 3 overall pick. Bama had 10 guys taken. I mean, that's impressive. Bama had 10 guys taken, and all 10 guys went to a spot that was good for them. I mean, Bryce going to Carolina. Got an offensive coach in Frank Reich. As long as Carolina has the offensive line in order, got receivers, he's going to be fine. You look at Will Anderson, what a job by DeMeco Ryans. You get a guy that Houston's defense hasn't been the same since J.J. Watt left. And now you bring in a Will Anderson that could recreate some of that. That's big right there. Jahmyr Gibbs, I know it was a shock for a lot of people to see him go number 12 overall to the Lions, but Dan Campbell, we know how he likes explosive players. He took Jamison Williams last year at number 12 overall. Well, here he is with Jahmyr Gibbs, number 12 overall. Brian Branch, I thought he would go in the first round. He goes second round, 45th overall to those Lions. They got them a versatile defensive back. Eilerstein going third round to the Philadelphia Eagles. That was good right there. He joins Landon Dickerson along with a host of other former Bama players. Byron Young goes 70 to the Las Vegas Raiders, helping them out right there. Jordan Battle goes 95 to the Cincinnati Bengals. That's going to help out that defense. Cameron Latu, of whom I thought San Francisco did a great job. Kyle Shanahan's going to have Latu and George Kittle. You can't beat that. Henry To'o got picked between the 5th and the 6th round, going to the Houston Texans to hook back up with Will Anderson. That's nice. And in the 7th round, how about DeMarco Helms going to the Atlanta Falcons Eli's team? So DeMarco went right there. So I mean, hey, you had guys. All 10 of those guys got drafted. Even in a year where no national championship, no SEC title, people still recognizing the Alabama football brand in terms of guys getting drafted to the next level. That's awesome right there. Y'all shout out Brian Watson with that $4.99 and the super chats. Appreciate Brian Watson. And I am the last ape with that 99 cents there in the donation box as well. Appreciate Brian Watson and I am the last ape for checking us out right there, dropping that love there in the TDA hat. But You want the best in news, notes, coverage, material, entertainment on your favorite program, that being the Crimson Tide. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. You download the app from your iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you got the Android phone. For your audio needs, check us out, iTunes or Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. We got you covered right there. The good and gracious Lord sees fit. I'll try to be back on Wednesday, continuing the conversation. It's Tide football. Remember, Bama fans, you can purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama magazine. Have those sent to your door. That link found in the description. If you're trying to get your hands on the fresh edition, print edition of TDA the magazine, you go to touchdownalabama.com. You click join, become a member and or a subscriber today. That link found in the description as well. And folks, as always, gotta shout out you, the outstanding fans of Bama football, for all the love, the conversations, the dialogue, the super chats, the donations. You guys doing what you do to make this your show, to talk all things Bama football. Gotta shout out my man Eli Walker in the production studio, holding things down there. Till next time, folks, husbands, love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children, continue now doing the right thing, fun thing, smart thing, good thing, legitimate thing to not be bored there. Be sure to get yourself those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. You protect yourself. You protect the loved ones around you. Until next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen Smith, and you've been listening to In My Own Words.